Hey y'all, welcome. I am Lisa Blonay. Welcome to Blonay Got Tea. I am Lisa Blonay and I am back with another video, you guys. As a matter of fact, I might even call this breaking news. Okay. Now, what really prompted me to do this video today? And first of all, how you guys doing? Welcome in, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me on Blonay Got Tea. You guys make sure you smash that like button, share out this live, and if you guys are feeling the vibe, go ahead and subscribe, okay? Now let's get right into this, okay? Now, what I wanted to do today, this morning, was I actually wanted to do an update on the Diddy trial. But so many things have happened between now and say 2 hours ago that I thought I would just scrunch it all together. We're just going to surf the internet. Well, I've already done it for you, and I've come up with some Diddy-ish related things. And one thing I noticed was Diddy's exes showing up for him in court. And shout out to the TikTok community because it was people that were in my chat that actually let me know who was who. Okay, because I couldn't figure it out, because along with the daughters, okay, we know the twins, we know Jesse James, and we know Delilah Star, I think it is. We know Chance. We of course know the three adult sons, Justin, Christian, and Quincy. We know Mama Combs. We even know of her dog, right? But there are always a few other people with them. Now that I found out who they are, it fits my title perfect, right? So his exes are really showing up for him in court. But since I was doing that, I found out some stupid news. Okay. And I don't mean that in a good way. All right. Now, we all know that Diddy is currently facing lawsuits. He is currently facing federal charges, okay? Under the RICO and racketeering. This man is fighting for his life right now. They are in closing arguments as we speak, okay? The man is fighting for his life. Now, remember, Cassie's lawsuit is what launched this whole trial, in my eyes. And she did file under the New York Adult Survivors Act. That's how she was able to squeeze this in, due to time limits. Now, I wanted to point out the fact that King Combs is currently included in one of the 64 lawsuits that are against Diddy. All right. Now, what King has done, y'all, y'all are not going to believe this. Okay. Now, this is what went down. Kanye West made an announcement. He made an announcement. I think this was last night. He made an announcement that King Combs was going to drop an album. And he on top of that, y'all, he featured Northwest, if I'm not mistaken, on the first track. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Why would you do that? Why would you guys produce an album? Anyways, they went online, they told everybody King is coming out with an album, and his father, mind you, is in trial right now, fighting for his life in closing arguments. Not that this would have made a difference, but just follow me. Okay? And now I don't know if I can play the song on here. Okay? I don't know if I can play the song on here. But I'm going to pull up this picture for y'all. Hold on. I think this is the cover, you guys. Let's go ahead and pull this up. Now, mind you, I don't know how much he's facing. I know he's probably facing a minimum of 10 to 15 years. Okay? And this is just me going off of memory. Remember, Diddy only has to be found guilty of 2 of the 10, I think it's 10 offenses. that fall up under the RICO, y'all, within a 10-year period. So for King to release an album, y'all, you can't tell me this is bad timing. He's on an album with being produced by Kanye West. This is insanity. I haven't heard it, but allegedly he's sitting up here dissing and putting out information about everything that's going on right now, as far as the case, as far as the witnesses, as far as, you know what? Let me let you guys go ahead. And I want you guys to listen to this because I saw a couple of other bloggers talking about this, and they mentioned the Breakfast Club. Okay. So let me go ahead and pull up that so you guys can hear what the Breakfast Club had to say. But I'm like, this man is literally like facing going to prison. This is your father, right? And allegedly he's sitting up here, like I said, dissing the witnesses. He's talking about rappers. And now, like I said, I haven't heard it, y'all, but just the timing alone is crazy to me. Okay. Let me know what you guys think. Hold on, you guys. Let's pull this up. And when we look at this, while I'm pulling up this video, when we look at the everything about this, when we look at who's in Diddy's corner, it is crickets. Okay? It is literal crickets. That lets me know that Diddy wasn't a good person. People were just around him because he had money and power. And that's sad. You know? And in that, they pretty much allowed this man to get away with what he did for almost 3 decades, which really makes me want to gag. Okay? Christian is a dumb Dora. He's dumb as a bag of rocks for releasing this. Listen to what the Breakfast Club had to say about this. And you know what I'm saying? We're gonna do it like YouTube wants us to. Hold on.
Look, when your shit gets sus, they try to play the victim. Outspoken, I ain't keeping this shit in. W's in the chat, we're gonna winning. See you winning. Popping out, heads still spinning. $1 million smile, got him.
Wait a minute, y'all. Okay, so the Breakfast Club is about to talk about the album. I forgot that they are playing the album. So we're just going to listen to a little bit of that, but then they are going to start to speak. Okay. So I didn't know that this started out with the song, but what you are about to hear is the song. Okay. It's going to be chopped and screwed, but pay attention to what he is saying in this song. Okay. Oh, I got to remove this. Hold on, you guys. That's why I can't see it.
This gon' trigger me. Off the world, critics and the witness. Face winning. See. Look, when your shit gets sus, they try to play the victim. Outspoken, I ain't keeping this shit in.
Let me mute myself. Just listen to what he had to say. I'm not going to dictate it. You guys just listen. Okay? Chopped and screwed.
W's in the chat, we're gonna winning. See you winning. Popping out, heads still spinning. $1 million smile, got them grilling me. They be taking shots, they can't trigger me now.
First of all, bro, you should not be talking about anything that got to do with pow pow. Okay? Y'all can't tell me this is the dumbest move ever made in history. You can't tell me that this makes sense. Because it doesn't.
But it's no trigger me. Off the world, critics and the witness. Face game if trying to dirt the image. Sitting, digging down, that's still on business.
Did y'all just hear him say F the witness? Did y'all just hear him say F the witness? And let me remind you, while we're going through this and they're in closing arguments with the defense, the prosecution, the feds always get the last word. Okay? They always get the last word. So literally, the prosecution in the rebuttal will be the last words. Besides the fact that they're going to hear jury instructions from the judge, combined with the rebuttal of the prosecution, those will be the last words that this jury hears before they go into deliberations. And this is the kind of stunt that your own son wants to pull. I hope not with your approval. I hope not with Diddy's approval. So this would make me think that Kanye's appearance at that courthouse was really for him. It really was. They wanted that photo op of him, dapping up King Combs right outside the courthouse. Hence why he ended up in the private overflow room and left 18 minutes later, if I'm not mistaken. Pure photo op. They are using this as a prop. They are using this as promotion. You are using the demise. Let me make sure you guys give me promotion. You are using the demise of your own father as promotion. That's crazy. That's crazy work. That is crazy work. Y'all listen.
Can't stop us though. I'm on hot, I ain't cool, digging. It's always something, don't got this prove. Broke digging, don't got this shit lose. I ain't one of them.
I disagree with the title of the album. It's called Never Stop. You should know when to stop. Okay, yeah. And now is the time to stop. Your daddy is on trial fighting for his life, and you using that for marketing. Didn't he didn't learn from the last time when he did that freestyle talking about the feds should have searched the other house?
But that aside, the beat go crazy, but I could hear somebody else on it. Like, I don't know.
This is the album art.
Baby Boy rap, like, like he.
Even they calling him out, right? Even Charlamagne calling him out. Not only was it bad timing, it is a bad idea. It is a bad omen. It is a bad, energy. How dare you release an album speaking on the witness? You just said F the witness. You just said F the witness. You guys heard it. He just said F the witness. It ain't over. What if, now, if you guys have not learned anything, you are dumb as a bag of rocks. I just can't believe it. You know that they now use lyrics that you say against you in court? Have you guys not learned anything from the YSL trial? Have you not learned anything from the YNW Melly trial? Have y'all not learned anything from the Tory Lanez trial? Have you not learned anything from the ASAP Rocky trial? Part of his defense, ASAP Rocky, just FYI, was the fact that he had a prop gun that he used in a recent music video that he did with Rihanna. Okay? If you haven't learned anything, I'm here to let you know that they can use your lyrics against you. This is still active. Nothing has been decided. And you have the nerves, the galls, the balls, the wherewithal to come out here with a freaking album? Are you insane? Are you crazy? And what in the is Quincy and Justin doing right now? How could they watch you crash like this? You're not even popular. Like, it's not like your shit is selling like hotcakes. You mean to tell me you would do this and then your album would flop as well? And you're going to be all right with that? You still have to go through sentencing and hear exactly what the future of your father is. This is crazy, you guys. We can't blame it on anybody but him, okay? You are out here saying F the witnesses while your father is in closing arguments as we speak, fighting for his life and his freedom. I can't make this up. I cannot make this up. This is just dumb. Why are so many people not reading the room that we know? Why are so many people not reading the room? People don't just use common sense and are ignorant to the law of what is right, even right or wrong. Shit is crazy. I just wanted to let you guys know that. Okay? This could very well backfire on them, and the prosecution has the last word. What if the prosecution decides to use it? Because the feds is watching. Niggas plotting to get. The feds is watching. The ABC's boys are always watching. Okay? Let's listen in to what the Breakfast Club had to say. Okay? Let's go.
He's not really confident yet.
Baby boy rap
he
like
don't
he
really
can't
have
rap.
a commanding voice, like, oh yeah, like this. Cause that beat you post, I can hear Ye on that. That's the beat you like go in, like you perform on.
Yeah, I mean, you know what it is? He raps like somebody who grew up around rap his whole life and wanted to be in it, but he don't really got it, you know?
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
always just seems like he drops things at the wrong time.
Yeah.
And now was the wrong time. They just did closing arguments yesterday.
It don't sound as
Yes.
bad as y'all say, but
I ain't say it was bad.
No.
but-
I actually just say, yeah, big up the beat and all of that. But I just feel like
I just think it's bad timing. I wouldn't have put it out.
I ain't say it was bad. I ain't say it was good either. I'm just saying it's just a record, and like, yeah, it's just terrible timing. Nobody wants to hear that from him right now.
Yeah, and he on there talking about F the witnesses,
All right,
everything.
he gonna learn. He clearly didn't learn the last time. He literally he was taunting the feds
Yeah,
and told the
just-
feds, y'all hit the wrong house.
It's bad
okay.
time. I would have waited. I would have waited
Okay.
at least.
So first we was talking about dry snitching with Krishan Rock. Now we talking about self-snitching. When are you guys going to learn? This is absolutely, you just self-snitch. And this is not the first time. Charlamagne is pointing out to us, oh, you said something else? They missed the house next door? What? See, this is what happens with nepotism and wannabe gangsters. Somebody was never told, has ever touched 10 toes in the mud. Okay? You ain't never had to make it out the hood, bro. See, this is what happens. They even said he sounds like somebody who grew up around rap and wants it, bro. That it's not even about that. Because I honestly can't tell you one song that I've heard from him. It probably sounds pretty good. I don't know, but I know he's not making the. I know he's not on the timeline. I know he's not going viral. That's for sure. He's not what's trending. His music is not what's trending. If he is trending, it's not his music. Nothing would justify you putting out this song saying F the witnesses and what else? Let them.
The week.
He also has another one. It's called "People Like Me," and it's talking about. Let's just take a listen to the song.
These rocks are made out of asteroids. I'm my dad's boy. All that I ask, Lord, I said a prayer with. Don't turn your back.
That do not sound good to me. That does not sound like a smash hit. That does not sound like a banger. That does not sound like something that needed the urgency to be put out while your father is in closing arguments. Like I said, I can't make this up. This could all very well backfire because the prosecution has the last word, right? We are listening to the defense right now as I speak. But guess who closes this out? Ultimately, the judge. But the prosecution gets the last word. Okay? And then after that, instructions by the judge. Instructions. They don't go in there all willy-nilly. Okay? They definitely need a pen and a pad when they go in there to make these decisions. They're not just pulling things out of the air. They have instructions that they have to go by. They have to go by a guideline. They can't just sit down and be like, well, what you thinking? I don't know, Larry, what you think? I don't know, Susie. No. They are given jury instructions, which is just that. And all the things that he's saying in this song, I can't even really speak about that, okay? But I urge you to go run and listen. There's about 6 or 7 songs on there, I think. There's about 6 or 7 songs on there, y'all.
On my family like these rap boys. So you can point your middle finger and say that go to bad boys.
He just called the rats. He just called somebody rats. He's also going after the rappers and the people of the industry, freaks of the industry, that didn't stand up for his father. Bad timing, bad idea, bad attitude. Bad boys suck. Okay? You fucking suck. Bad timing, bad idea, bad vibes, bad attitude. Bad boys suck. If this is what bad boys represents, it sucks. Okay? Absolutely, positively sucks. This is never a good idea. This was never a good idea. Oh, Jesus.
I ain't gonna lie, I like that one.
Man, fart on that record, man.
I didn't know, don't fart on it. That's take a break. I don't want to fart.
He's
I
using
like
it
that
as
one. His voice.
self-expression, Charlamagne.
I did like that Can't Stop, Won't Stop record. Yeah, with Kodak Black though, back then.
Oh yeah,
that was about.
yeah.
That was about.
I don't think it's that bad. I just think it's bad timing, right? You got these witnesses, you got everybody, and I get it because that's his pops. So he wants to defend his pops.
For sure.
He wants to go at all the people that he's probably seen at his, that his pops didn't help, and now they turn their back on him. But I just think it's bad timing. Not right now. Wait a week.
Yeah, not
when
even
this
a
is
week.
over, because when a week this it'll be over.
Man,
in a week.
wait a year. Like, let your daddy
Nah.
figure out what's
Yo
going to
said
happen
a
with your
week.
pops. Yeah,
Because it'll be over in a week. The court case will be over in a week.
man, figure out what's going to happen with your pops and all
That's
that.
what I'm
It
saying.
just
Wait a
feels
week.
weird to be using this as marketing. Because that's what he's doing. He's using this whole situation as marketing.
Well,
That's whack.
I mean, or is it whack, or is it just him expressing itself? Because we're gonna move on from this, because I do want to get to the second story. But he also has a song on this project.
So you guys heard what they said on the Breakfast Club, y'all. But like literally, if the prosecution brings this up, right, they'll just play it like you guys, they're gonna be like, you see what we're dealing with, right? Imagine that. Okay, bro. And then he addresses the people that he thinks let down his father. As far as the rappers and the entertainers, this shit is outlandish. I knew this was going to, and he knew this was going to get a lot of attention. But if you get the attention of them prosecutors before they put on their rebuttal, you have sealed the fate of your father. Not that it wasn't already sealed. He didn't need your help. But this is bad timing, bro. Bad timing all the way around. And like I said, what is Quincy and Justin doing right now? What are they doing? Because, look, is anybody over there brighter than a nightlight that can help you? Is there anybody over there shoulder tapping this man letting him know that he'll never live this down, y'all. I mean, would you do this? But you know what? This is the album cover, y'all. As you guys can see, Kanye is promoting this. Do what you will, you guys. Make sure you do your research on here. But I can almost guarantee you that this shit is going to flop. I can almost guarantee you. But you know what? It may go viral. I don't know. But I don't think this helps his career at all. I don't think this helps Diddy at all. And as a matter of fact, I can answer my own question as to what Justin is doing, because just yesterday or the day before yesterday, some charges came out against Justin. Yes, Justin Combs himself is facing allegations. Okay, let me go ahead and pull up this article. This is the cover, you guys. You guys want to go get it. It looks like it has 7 tracks on it, a total of 16 minutes. 2025, there you go. King Combs, yay, Kanye West. And word is Kanye's oldest daughter is on the intro or some type of one of the songs. Okay, so do with that information what you must or what you will. I just wanted to put a little flavor in your ear, y'all, and let y'all know what's going on out here on these social media streets. Okay, now let's go ahead and pull up Justin, because Justin's in some hot water. All right, Justin's in some hot water. Make sure you guys check out my TikTok. That is where I follow the case with updates, and I let you know when the family comes. I give you exclusive footage. I do have boots on the ground as well, so you guys make sure you guys check that out. But for right now, let's go ahead and get into what is going on with Justin. That's why you ain't paying attention to you. That's why you running around here doing asinine things. Whatever that word means, sounds like it fits. Okay, sounds like it fits this situation. Let me go ahead and pull this up, you guys. Oh, and it's called Never Stop. Never Stop. Shout out to the Breakfast Club for that clip and their POV on the whole situation. Let's go ahead and pull up this article, you guys. And I'm just going to go through this article and let you know that Diddy is not the only one on the hook. Okay? And while King Combs is running around here, okay, trying to be Diddy 2.0, you, my friend, already have a civil lawsuit. It's one of the 64 lawsuits against your father, and you are specifically named. All right? You are specifically named. I'll get to you in a minute, but first, let's get to what is going on currently with Justin Combs. Let me go ahead and blow this up for y'all. Hold on. I wonder why I can't share this like this. Okay, so you guys can see it. All right, I'm just going to take a sip, you guys. I have a little tea with me. Apologize for that. But let's go ahead and go over this. Sean Diddy Combs' son, Justin Combs, accused of orchestrating a gang rape in a new lawsuit. Now, I always like to point out the source that I'm reading, what date that it comes out on, so we can all, don't have to play a little catch up. So this was put out June 26, 2025, okay? And this is E! News. Let's go ahead. Sean Diddy Combs' son, Justin Combs, has just been accused of luring a woman to L.A., where she was allegedly upgraded and raped by 3 masked men, one of which she believes was the rapper, meaning Sean Diddy Combs. Let's get into this, okay? I'm not going to play the video. I'm just going to read, and we're just going to get, a little bit of the tea. This is the receipts and a little bit of POV, okay? Now, Sean Diddy Combs' son, Justin Combs, has just been accused of facilitating a woman's alleged gay rape. Amid Diddy's federal, wait a minute, hold on, y'all. Let me make it a little bit bigger. Amid Diddy's federal ex-trafficking trial, the 31-year-old and his dad are facing a civil lawsuit from a woman who alleges she was updragged and sexually assaulted by 3 masked men during the 2017 trip to Los Angeles, arranged by Justin, according to the court documents obtained by E! News on June 26. Now, if you guys remember, and I've done coverage of this before, where they have actually kind of named Justin as a recruiter. And I put that in quotations and I say allegedly. But if you go back on some of my videos, I mention it, okay? And the research is out there. I always encourage you guys to do your own research, get out there, dig it up, and come up with your own POV, okay? Now, it goes on to say in the complaint, the woman alleged Justin, who she said she met through Snapchat, flew her out to New Orleans under the guise that he would get her position with remote TV in Atlanta through his and his father's connections. There they go with that coercion. And that fraud, when you promise somebody something you don't deliver, it's called fraud. Upon her arrival, the woman said she and Justin, who is the son of the Bad Boys record founder, and Misa Hilton, who is one of the exes that has recently been very visual. We've seen her a lot lately at this trial. She's one of the exes that I'm speaking about. Now, she spent time, Misa Hilton spent time at the Beverly Hills home consuming alcohol and marijuana, which she believed was laced due to the effect that it had on her. The woman also alleged that the son of the music mogul made her take various alcohol and ills throughout the day. Okay? All right? This is what's currently going on, you guys, with Justin Combs. Now, if you guys remember, they also linked him to the incident that happened at that recording studio. I forgot the name of it. I remember when somebody was injured in the bathroom, and they said that, go check out that story too, you guys, okay? This is not his first rodeo. This is not his first rodeo, all right? After consuming the upgrades, the woman said 3 masked men arrived at the house, and they allegedly took turns raping her from Saturday evening until midday Sunday. Wow. Following the alleged intoxication, the lawsuit stated 3 masked men arrived and took turns raping plaintiff both and orally while she was upgraded and incapacitated. Okay, so from the back door to the mouth, from Saturday evening until midday Sunday. Though 2 of the men were unknown to the woman, she accused Diddy of being the third, due in part to his stature and mannerisms, but also because Justin referred to him on at least one occasion as Pops. Ooh, her complaint. You up here doing this stuff with your own dad? Say it ain't so, y'all. Is this what they're saying? Is this what they're saying? Because this is what he's being accused of. This is what this is saying. That he was committing this with his father. This is what she is accusing him of. I'm just reading it. Okay? The woman said the possibility of a job at remote TV never materialized, and she suffered severe emotional distress, emotional anguish, fear, anxiety, humiliation, embarrassment, physical injury, emotional injury, and trauma as a result of the alleged incident. Well, I should say so. But see, that's the lure of, if something sounds too good to be true, it probably is. And sometimes we put too much, a little bit too much emphasis and value on our beauty, our looks, and I know it goes far. I understand that. And there's a lot of value in it as far as the world, you know what I'm saying? But y'all, everything that glitter ain't gold, everything that glitter ain't gold. And she went under the guise that she was about to get this role and be over here and be on remote TV and be a star and you ended up being a victim. Now, I'm not blaming her for what happened to her, but sometimes we put ourselves in the position for these things to happen. When if we would have just thought a little smarter, but I get it, right? Let's go on. Yeah. So this is currently what's going on here. You guys let me know what you guys think about this. You know? Now, today is the defense's closing arguments. They're probably at lunch now. You know, it's 3 hours difference from where I'm at in Cali to New York. And the arguments, and Monday, we're going to start deliberations. I mean, they need jury instructions, right? But I think deliberations, if I'm not mistaken, are going to start on Monday, y'all. And this fool is going to release this album. I just got to keep going back to that. Just got to keep going back to that. Yeah, y'all. So this is what's going on with Justin as of right now. This was just posted yesterday. Okay. But while he running around here acting an ass, okay, thinking he doing something, let me take this down. You yourself, King Combs, have a lawsuit, an active lawsuit against you right now as we speak. All right. So Diddy is seemingly taking his sons down with him because they're seeing it play out that you too may face this same fate. I mean, can they? Or is it just civil? Either way, you're going to lose. You're going to lose. I feel like King is a loser right now for releasing that album, releasing that music. It was a dumb idea. I don't know why you allowed Kanye West to talk you into this stunt, this gimmick. Now you come off gimmicky, bro, and you're using your father's fate in order to promote a video as marketing. That is clownish behavior. You're an absolute clown for that. You are an absolute clown for that. I'm sorry. You are an absolute clown. But you also yourself have a lawsuit against you. Okay? Please let me pull this up. Because Diddy currently has 64 lawsuits active. Well, filed, because some of them may come up inactive since I think this was made. Let's see when this list was made, you guys. Hold on. Oh yeah, I'm about to pull up this lawsuit. I'm about to pull up all 63 of these lawsuits right here, right now, so you guys can see this. All right. So here's the lawsuit right here that is currently against Christian Combs, aka King Combs. This is case number 6, right? And before we get into that, I just want to show you what Vulture has, which is a complete list. Feel free to do your own research. You can look this up too. But I'm just showing you right quick, okay? Moving a little slow, but we're going to go back to case 6 and read up on that. Some of these cases have played out in court, like Bonna, Brianna, Cassie's, Don Richard. Did we do Little Rodney Jones? No. Okay, so the first case here, well, hold on, it's Rodney Jones. But I basically just wanted to give you an intro. And if you're looking for the guide, it's right here. This is a guide to the 64 and counting lawsuits against Diddy. All right. This was published. This was updated June 26, of 2025. Okay. So I just like to always clarify that, because for some reason, maybe we're reading an old article. This is up to date, you guys. All right. Now, we already know this information. I'm not going through this. Let's get to the case against Christian Combs. All right. As you see, we're going to all the way to number 6. You got Jane Doe, number 2, against Sean Diddy Combs. Lets you know the status, lets you know his response. There goes Cassie case, which was number 3. We're going to scroll past that. Thank you guys so much for tapping in. Make sure you smash that like button. Share out this live, you guys. We are trying to grow to 10K, and I appreciate all of you guys here in the chat. Thank you so much for joining me. Case number 5 is Joy Dickerson. That's not what we're here for. We are here for this specific case right here. Let me make sure I stop. Hold on. Let's see if this is it. Okay, here we go, you guys. Uh-oh. All right, so this is the case of Grace O'Marcaigh versus Christian Combs specifically. Although Diddy is included in this lawsuit, so she's suing both of them, okay? She's suing both of them, but the fact that Christian Combs is equally being sued and accused of these things is a whole nother reason why you should have just sat down, okay, and ate your food. So let's go ahead and get into this, okay? What does the lawsuit say? Let me blow it up for you guys a little bit. Now, Sean Combs, 26 years old, Sean Combs' 26-year-old son, Christian King Combs, is being sued for sexual assault, battery, and intentional infliction of emotional distress, among other allegations. The 31-page lawsuit brought by Grace O'Marcaigh claims that she was sexually assaulted while working as a yacht deckhand for the family during Christmas break in 2022 in the Caribbean. She's also asking that Sean Diddy Combs be held liable for his son's actions for charting the yacht, assuming the responsibility for his guests throughout the Caribbean trip. And that was smart of her, because she knew what money King got. What money do King Combs got really? Now I know he got money, but you ain't got your daddy money. So she wanted to make sure she went on, and rightfully so. Okay, rightfully so. Now it goes on to say that O'Marcaigh, I'm just going to say, what's her name? Grace. Grace alleges that there was a constant rotation of suspected ex-workers and other A-list celebrities such as French Montana and the actor Cuba Gooding Jr. on the yacht. Grace alleges ex-workers were sprawled out unconscious about that yacht, and it was difficult to distinguish which bottles of alcohol were laced with Uggs and which bottles were not. Now, in the early morning of December 28, 2022, a heavily intoxicated Christian Combs physically assaulted her, according to her complaint. She alleges that Christian blocked her from leaving, took off all his clothes, and tried to force her to perform oral copulation on him. Grace is suing Diddy, blaming him for fostering the environment of debauchery, filled with suspected ex-workers, violence, alleged. What kind of violence was there? What kind of violence? What's going on? Alcohol allegedly graced with drugs, and disrespect for the whole damn entire crew. Now, when was this filed? April the 4th of last year, 2024, in Los Angeles Superior Court. What is the status of this case? Ongoing. Do I have to repeat that? Ongoing. And this man out here making a whole album saying F the witnesses, and saying the people that didn't stand up and stand out for his father are calling them out, and calling the rest of us rats, snitches. And we need snitches. And we need stitches. So now you're exacting violence. And I'm just using those words, guys. But you clearly heard him say F the witness. We're not just gonna gloss over that. We're not just gonna listen to the beat and say, well, you know, that's a good beat. No, listen to what this man is saying. Yeah. So I just wanted to point that out to you guys as well. And this makes it even more dumber that he would put an album out with Kanye. I wouldn't give a damn who it was with. This was a bad idea, bad timing, bad attitude, bad vibes, bad move. It's going to have a bad outcome, and bad boys suck. That's all I got to say. That's all I have to say about that. Okay? And I guess people are feeling that same way. I guess people are feeling that same way. And Monday we go into jury instructions, you guys. You know, into the deliberations. I mean, now if you guys have noticed, let me take this down. If you guys have noticed, since we've been covering within the past week or so, that Diddy's family has been showing up, including his 3 teenage daughters, his 3 adult sons, and his mom, and also, surprisingly, allegedly, Kim Porter's BFF. Now, I don't know if you guys are familiar with her or not. I think her name is Layla. What is her name? LaWanda. Let me see. Let me see if I have a picture of her. Is she in here? Hold on, guys. Let me see if I can find her picture, you guys. Hold on. Now, not only LaWanda, but while we're here today, Chance's mom, and I may be wrong, y'all. I may be wrong, okay? But I think Chance's mom, Sarah Chapman, was spotted today getting out with her daughter, allegedly, if that was her, and the 2 twins, okay? Delilah Starr and Jesse James, today, coming out of court. They arrived separately from their brothers. And the mom always seems to arrive by herself, but she always has 2 people with her. I think 1 or 2 people at least with her, besides security. Well, besides Lucci. And one of the people that we keep seeing, because, you know, I see the daughters, I see the sons, okay, I see the mom, I see the dog, I see the regular security, but there's always a few other people with them. And I think that I've pinpointed one as being, well, let me give a shout out to my TikTok audience. They're the ones that pointed out to me. So allegedly, hasn't been confirmed, but I think that is Kim Porter's BFF, LaWanda. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. Now, let me see. Hold on, y'all. Let me see if I can pull it up. Her name is LaWanda Lane. Let me just show you guys her picture, okay? Let me pull this up. All right. So this is LaWanda, you guys, okay? This is allegedly Kim Porter's best friend. I'm inclined to believe it, but I want to say allegedly because I haven't really went through it with a fine-tooth comb, so I don't want to be wrong. But hold on, you guys. Let me see. Let me put this down. Okay. So yeah, this is her right here. It says here, I mean, this is Google. It says right there, Kim Porter's best friend denies new Diddy witnesses claims. Okay, so this is the best friend. You can see her here with the twin daughters. And this is who is, I think, popping up at court with them. Because I've seen her more than once. Okay. And it says the twin daughters are being cared for by friend of the late. Let's go ahead and look at this. Diddy's twin daughters are being cared for by the friend of the late Kim Porter. Now, this was put out newsletter as of 9 months ago. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at this. BCK. And you guys see her right there with the daughters. Okay. Now it says, as musical Sean Diddy faces serious legal challenges in New York, his twin daughters, Delilah and Jessie, are leaning on a strong support system, who are currently living in Los Angeles, are under the care of Wanda La Lane, a close family and lifelong in 2018. And you know that is up for discussion, right? There's a lot of things in the air and social media streets that point to Diddy all the way around, but we're not going to get into that right now. But I did want to put that out there in the air, okay? Feel free to go to my YouTube. I've covered this story, trust me, all right? And we are going to take a trip down memory lane after I read this article because I did a video on this, okay? Let's see. So yeah, you guys, that is who LaWanda Lane is. Now, I did a story on this. I did a video on this, okay? And what the video was about was Kim Porter's best friend taking care of the twins. Now, she was getting close to the twins, not like she wasn't close to the twins. And Diddy found that there was a problem with that and eventually got rid of her. Now, the discrepancy is in the video that I have and the sources that I used, it says that this was a cousin of Kim Porter and her name was Raven. But there are so much similarities in these stories. I wanted to go ahead and show you this video and you guys let me know what you think. Okay, let's go ahead and go on over here. But yeah, this is who I think we see when we see the twins arriving. There's always a couple of people with her, and one of them favors her. So I am inclined to think that Kim Porter's best friend is who we see arriving with the twins when they come. And it is under my point of view that she is currently their support system and is in some way, shape, or form caring and taking care of these three girls. Well, not really Chance, because Chance is with her, has her mother, right? Sarah Chapman, which we'll get into after this, who is also showing up at court more than a few times, okay? Along with Misa Hilton, who is Justin's mother, henceforth, my title, Diddy's exes are showing up at court, okay? Diddy's exes are showing up in court. And there's nothing wrong with it. I'm just pointing it out, right? Now, what I'm going to do is pull up a video that I did, okay? Let me make sure you guys can see this. All right. Let me pull up a video that I did on this very subject, you guys. Let me see, hold on. And like I said, it's something about the Kim Porter's best friend that did not sit right with Diddy. And like I said, I did a story about it about a year ago, and I just want to share it. Hold on. Let me go ahead and pull it up for you guys. I'm sorry about that delay, you guys. Let me check my sound, make sure you guys can hear me. Hello? I'm sorry about that. Okay. Delay, you guys. Let me check my. All right. Hold on, you guys. I hope everyone is doing well on this Friday. It is currently 11:17 a.m. right here on the West Coast. Go ahead and chime in. And let me know what time it is in your neck of the woods. Okay. Oh, this is it. I'm like, why is my intro coming on? All right, you guys, let's go ahead and check out this video that I did. And let me share it with you guys. Now, if I was a betting woman, I would say that that is Kim Porter's best friend that shows up with the twins and Chance Combs as well. Because she seems to always be there. So it makes sense, right? All right, so let's go ahead and share this. You guys go ahead and take a look at this and let me know what you guys think. But I got to hold on now. Hold on. Okay, you guys, now before I finish the video, I just wanted to share this with you because this story not only does it claim that Diddy's twins were afraid of their own father, but that they actually ran away. Now, this is all alleged, you guys. None of this has been confirmed, but at the time last year when I did this video, this was what was on the social media streets. Okay, so I just wanted to clarify that. It also said that once the nanny for the twins, who allegedly was Kim Porter's BFF, got into their ear, they started getting closer, even closer, right? And they started getting even closer to her and speaking to her privately about their concerns of their mother's passing. Because aren't we all questioning that, right? We're not the only ones that have pointed the finger at Diddy. It seems as if they have pointed the finger too. Now it would make sense, right? If we were logically thinking, they hear what's out there, they see, and they're actually living this. You know what I'm saying? So it wouldn't surprise me if they did question it. If they did question it. Okay? Because all this time, I believe that they knew that their father possibly had something to do with not only the abuse of their mother, which is clear. Okay? I've been in abusive situations when I was there. All the black eyes, all of the arguments, where we had to go in our room. We heard everything, guys. I don't know. But like I said, they knew he had something to do with not just the abuse of their mother, that their mother suffered, but also the sickness that eventually took her away from us. Rest in peace, Kim Porter, of their very own mother. And they brought these concerns up to who allegedly was Kim Porter's BFF. And fast forward, that's who's with them now. I just read you guys the article that was just updated. It's current. And we see her. She was just in a video this morning that I posted. You guys make sure you check out my YouTube shorts. It's right there for you guys to see. Sarah Chapman, LaWanda Lane, Misa Hilton. It's all right there. I just posted them. I posted 2 videos. So if you guys want to literally see it, just go to my shorts. Yeah. So it's not surprising, right? Let's go ahead and listen to the rest of this, guys. Oh, y'all cannot hear that, huh? You guys can't hear? Hold on. Because I know you guys can't hear that. Hear that, huh? Damn. Hold on, you guys. Let me see if I can fix it. Because you guys can't even hear it. And it seems to be nobody in my chat, so I can't ask you guys, but it's okay. Let me just see. Hold on. Let me see if I can fix it. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, you guys. I don't know why this is doing this. This is so weird. I do apologize, but I don't know why this is not allowing me to share this. Is this it right here? Oh, okay, here it goes. Hold on, y'all. You guys should be able to hear it now. Let's see. But for some reason, it's not allowing me to go toggle back and forth. That's what I'm not getting. Let me see if you guys can hear.
Tapping into the social media street. Is it just me, or do you feel that there is some truth to the alleged rumors swirling in the social media streets that Diddy's twin daughters ran away from home to get away from their father? Okay? Welcome, I'm Lisa Blonay, and I'm tapping into the social media street. Is it just me, or do you feel that there is some truth to the alleged rumors swirling in the social media streets that Diddy's twin daughters ran away from home to get away from their father? Okay, to safety, okay, to other family members, friends, to escape their crazy ass daddy. What am I talking about? Now, remember when the nanny allegedly was fired as a result of getting too close to the twins? Now, it was all over the blogs, and in fact, the twins had a nanny that they were confiding to about not believing how, their mother passed. And when Diddy found out that the nanny was digging, for information and asking questions, and the twins were asking questions, and they were getting closer, and they were pointing out things that stood out to them that were strange, leading up to Kim Porter, their mother's passing, and they literally implicated that Diddy seemed a bit more, attentive. He seemed more anxious. He was really, really attentive to them a bit more than usual, okay? And they pointed this out to the nanny. Diddy started to see a sudden change in the demeanor of the twins since the nanny, since he hired the nanny, which caused him to interrogate, actually question the nanny, question the twins, and ultimately he fired her.
Savage! I'm a savage! Oh! I'm a savage! Whatever I want, I'm going to get! Whatever I want, I have to
Okay,
get!
I got this from Tough News TV. You guys can go ahead and check out the full video. Let's go ahead and get into this. And all of this is alleged, okay? Because not too long ago, there were stories out there about the twins not feeling their father since their mother's untimely passing. Go ahead and take a listen to this audio and let me know what you guys think in the comments. So the email goes on to say, hey man, while I'm still fact checking a whole bunch of ish, I can tell you that a very close friend of Kim Porter's has expressed to me personally that Diddy's daughters refused to return home over a week ago, and the whereabouts were unknown until blank reached out and the girls safely returned to her house and expressed to blank that they did not want to live under the confines and conditions of their dad anymore. They are calling him evil and scary and are refusing not to be brainwashed or bribed with financial support to cover up the death of their mom. Now, you guys can do with that information what you want. And like I said, this is all alleged. Now, to me, I am not surprised that Diddy has gotten himself into this, and this is strictly from his actions, you guys. There's nobody to blame but him. Now, this is all alleged, but you guys can go check out the story. Come and get your boo. The nanny allegedly was fired as a result of getting too close to the twins. Now, it was all over the blogs.
Oh, damn. I had the volume off. That probably was echoing. I'm sorry, you guys. Was that echoing? But you guys saw that, right? I will play it again for you guys one more time. But like I said, everything was allegedly. This is an old video. I did this about a year ago, but it is still relevant to this day, okay? Now, there is a possibility that this could be true, seeing that what we're seeing now, she's with, they just said that Kim Porter's best friend has been caring for the twins. And I told you guys that this is a scary man. And if he's scary to us, and he's scary to his workers, and he's scary to his girlfriends, his partners, the family gets the same scary man. I hate to bust the bubble and the fantasy land that you guys are living in, but there's almost a relief, a sigh of relief. People can breathe again because the tyrant, the monster that is within their father, and I'm not saying you don't love him or anything like that, but I'm saying this side of Diddy, everybody can get it. Anybody can get it. Even his children, I believe, were walking around on eggshells. And this is a break for them. Now, I'm not saying that they want their father to go to prison. No, not by any means. But anything to get away from a narcissist and a tyrant and an insidious person like this, he can't just turn this on and off, you guys, okay? He can't go out and run amok in the streets, okay, and be Satan himself. But as soon as he wipes his feet on his welcome mat and walks in his house, he's this wonderful angel. He's this saint sent from heaven. He's this decent human being. Are you kidding me? You're going to get the same person, even worse, because people like Diddy, people who are toxic, the people that are closest to them get it the worst. Trust me when I tell you. Trust me when I tell you. Okay? They're all breathing a sigh of relief. Okay? Ding dong, the witch is dead. If I could put into words how you feel and what song you would want to sing, the moment somebody gets rid of your worst nightmare, a narcissist, especially a narcissistic, diabolical parent, ding dong, the witch is dead. You remember how they sung that song and they were skipping around? Ding dong, the witch is dead. The witch is... Okay? Best believe they were breathing a sigh of relief. I'm just saying, anybody can get it. When it comes to people like Diddy, anybody can get it. And they do. And the people closest to the narcissist, okay, closest to the crazy, closest to the dysfunction, get it the worst. You better ask somebody. But if you think his kids went unscathed, you're smoking crack. But okay, go off, sis. If you think the people closest to Diddy didn't get a taste of the diddler, smoking sherm. But go off, sis. Right? I can't tell you how to express yourself or how to think. But y'all, this is what is going down. I don't know what you guys think about that video, but come full throttle, come full forward, fast forward till now, they are currently showing up to court with Kim Porter's BFF. And I think that's a good thing. I'm just pointing it out and referencing a story that I did on it. And I believe that there's some truth to this, that it wasn't always peaches and cream, even between Diddy and his own children. It couldn't be. All of the chaos and kick-ass vibes that Diddy kept up, all the ruckus that was Diddy, there is no way possible that he could have been cool as a cucumber around his loved ones, the people closest to him. Anybody can get it with people like Diddy, okay? And silence is violence. Silence is violence. See, me, I like to take you back to the hood like K-Swiss. And that's what I just did, because we just did a throwback. But there are a lot of people that are showing up for Diddy at this trial. A lot of his exes. Okay? Now, a lot of people were saying that Sarah Chapman was showing up. And you guys, I said, again, go look at my video. That is Chance's mother. And if you guys didn't know, Chance's mother, who was Sarah Chapman, and Kim Porter were Prego at the same time. I don't know if you guys knew that or not. Yeah. They were Prego at the same time. And that's who showed up with the twins, Chance, Sarah Chapman, and Kim Porter's best friend. Right? Yeah. They were pregnant at the same time. And Kim Porter, I think she even left Diddy, even though she got back together with him, right? But I think this was one of the things that caused her to want to leave Diddy, okay, because of this. Now, Kim Porter did speak out on this because, first of all, what I do want to say is the sins of the father. And you guys can finish the rest, right? The sins of the father. But at the end of the day, when I see everybody that's showing up for court, one thing rings true in my mind is that nobody was in the dark. Okay? Nobody was in the dark. And even if they started out in the dark, they were brought to the light. Meaning that they were aware of each other and what was going on. I think it even bonded some of these women because they were all being used in the same way, in some way, shape, form, or fashion. And they all communed in some kind of way. Now, did they have an orgy? Did they have a freak off? Hey, I'm going to leave that for you guys' imaginations. But thank you. Thank you so much, passing the energy. That's all I'm saying, y'all. Now, nobody was in the dark. Okay? As far as these women go. And if they were in the dark, they were quickly brought to the light. And that's where we are. And that's why I say nobody was in the dark. Everybody came with batteries included. Everybody. And I believe that they somehow bonded over this for the sameness, the oneness, because they probably were all going through the same thing. Now, who's to say that Sarah herself, which I believe totally all of them were subjected to Diddy. That's why he had them around. That is why he had these women around. Okay? And this is what I mean by nobody was in the dark. Like I said, Kim Porter had a problem with Sarah Chapman being pregnant at the same time as she was. Because truth be told, let the streets tell it, Sarah Chapman and Diddy were just friends. But we know how much Diddy liked Tupac Shakur's sloppy seconds. Okay? We can count on 10 fingers and toes how many women he went after sloppy seconds with Tupac Shakur. And Sarah Chapman is one of them. All right? Most of these women that he tried to conquer dated Tupac first. Kim Porter was in love, infatuated, obsessed with, in my eyes, Tupac Shakur. You know she was effing Tupac at the same time she was effing Diddy. Y'all know that, right? Because it was a different kind of dynamics between Kim Porter and Diddy. Okay? They would break up and have separate lives. And Kim Porter was effing Tupac on a regular basis. She was obsessed with Tupac. You guys can look it up. Yeah. So it was like a mission of his to conquer all of the women that Tupac has had. Sarah Chapman being one of them. Okay? Sarah Chapman being one of them. What is this right here? Is this it? Yeah. Sarah Chapman being one of them. She showed up today. She was there this morning. And there are other clips of her also being at the trial. Nothing wrong with that. I'm just simply pointing out some things. Okay? Even Sarah Chapman.
Entire drip. Excuse me. Absolutely. This gorgeous, beautiful.
You better goddamn show that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely got good taste.
You know I'm shy.
Yeah.
Yeah, done. I'm so blessed to have had a child with such a sophisticated, chic, beautiful, sweet queen like you.
This is Sarah Chapman. She used to date Tupac. Sarah.
So you guys just saw that quick clip. Hold on. Of Sarah Chapman. And like I said, Diddy loved Tupac's seconds. Okay? He loved to date them and conquer the women that dated Tupac, which I think is really, really weird. You know what I'm saying? That is really, really weird. But look, listen to who we're talking about. Right? Listen to who we're talking about. Hold on, y'all. Listen to who we are talking about. Now, like I said, Kim Porter had a problem with being pregnant at the same time. So basically, I don't know what you would call it, y'all. Because with all the FOs and all the hotel nights and all of him switching up and switching out, and you know, with everything that was going on, it's just a big mess as far as I'm concerned. I don't know if they were on, off, if she would consider it cheating Or maybe it's just the fact that she thought that he would never, or rather Sarah, because girl, I know she didn't put nothing past Diddy. But at the same time, if I am to believe what I believe they were somehow involved in freak offs with each other, because clearly Kim and Kimora had a relationship. I mean, if you are to believe what happened in Kim's book, okay, that's in question. But her book that's entitled Lost Words, in that book, okay, that mini memoir that was put out, okay, she states in there that, and why wouldn't I believe that? I mean, this is the atmosphere that Diddy created, okay? This is the creation of Diddy. And as we've seen over and over again throughout this trial, that they would go to any lengths in order to please Diddy, right? Now, hold on, you guys. Let me pull this video up one more time. I didn't quite edit this video, so you're going to be able to have a clearer picture. So let's go ahead and pull this up. Hold on. So you guys can get a clearer picture before I go on, okay? I do apologize for that too as well. Okay, hold on. All right, you guys go ahead and take a look at this. It's a little clearer.
Gorgeous. Beautiful.
You better goddamn show that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely got good taste.
You know I'm shy.
Yeah.
You have done. I'm so blessed to have had a child with such a sophisticated, chic, beautiful, sweet queen like you.
This is Sarah Chapman. She used to date Tupac. Sarah Chapman. She used to date.
Okay, you guys see Sarah Chapman right there. She used to date Tupac, ended up having a baby by Diddy. I think Diddy liked to go, and we all know that he has been accused allegedly of having something to do with the unaliving of Tupac Shakur. This only fits right into the narrative of what Diddy was to these hip hop streets, these social media streets eventually, and the real streets, y'all. Trash. Okay? He even if he was willing to off somebody or have somebody offed, such as the legend Tupac Shakur himself. And then he went behind Tupac and tried to date damn near everyone he dated. All right? That's why I say nobody was in the dark here. And lately, who have I've been spotting? Well, besides Cassie, who testified and got the F up out of there, right? She was subpoenaed. If it was up to her, she would have sat on her 30 mil and probably, you know what I'm saying? But then again, she did want to tell her story. That's neither here nor there. We've seen Sarah Chapman. We've seen Amisa Hilton, who is Justin Combs' mother. Okay. And this is just how I feel, y'all. When I look at these pictures too, as well, these images, because was I there? No. Do I know for sure? No. But a picture says 1,000 words. And when I look at these pictures, I know that they were aware of each other, maybe even engaged with each other. And would it be a surprise that Diddy would not like to see his harem engaging together? I mean, come on. Seems like nobody was in the dark. It's a picture of Cassie and Sarah right here. Right? This is Kim, Sarah. all together with Diddy. I don't know, you guys, let me know what you guys think. But to me, nobody was in the dark. And like I said, his exes are showing up to court and they are supporting him in these last days, because these are the last days. 31 days in court. And on the next to the last day of closing arguments, your son wants to make an idiotic move and put out an album that is on the road to nowhere. I don't even think it's going to go viral. There you go. There's Lisa and Sarah. Nobody was in the dark. Nobody was in the dark. I believe that they knew about each other. Now, the fact that Kim spoke out, there's no doubt that she did not know that Sarah was even pregnant. At the same time, she was pregnant with the twins. That must have been hard on her. It really, that had to be hard. Okay. Let me go ahead and pull this up. Because Kim Porter said in an interview with Essence, even though I'm about to pull up People magazine, that she felt betrayed by this very thing. Kim Porter says she was betrayed by Diddy. His infidelity. Okay. And this was just one of the reasons behind their split. Now, the article we are about to read was published on September 10th, 2007. So sometimes I tell you, I take. Now, hold on, you guys. Let me come back to this as well, because Kim was not okay with it. She was blindsided by this. At the same time that she was pregnant with the twins, I wouldn't wish that on any woman, especially when you are pregnant. But let me go ahead, hold on, and pull up this article, guys. Is this it? Let me see if this is the article. Hold on, y'all. Let me take this down. Is this the damn article or not? Hold on. Now I don't see it. Let me just pull this up, y'all. This might not be the article, but let's see. I think it is. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and get into this article right quick. I just wanted to let you know, Kim and Sarah Chapman were pregnant at the same time. Diddy is a low down, dirty dog. Should we not be surprised? No, we shouldn't. Let's go ahead and pull this up. And let's go ahead and get into this. Now, Kim Porter says she was betrayed by Diddy. Like I said, this is one of the reasons what led to behind their split. I mean, eventually, obviously, they got back together because she didn't pass away until 2018. Well, I'm not too sure. I think they had dealings since then because she was around Cassie too, right? And Cassie didn't come around till 2011, 2008, 2009, 2011 or something like that. So, and they were showing up on the red carpet as well. This is before then, okay? So let's go ahead and get into this article. Kim Porter. Okay. Let's go ahead and get into this article. Who for more than a decade was an on and off again relationship with Sean Diddy Combs, is coming clean about the dissolution of their romance, saying his philandering was just one of the reasons for their breakup in July. Remember, this is 2007. They broke up. She found out that Sarah Chapman was pregnant. This is a painful moment in Kim Porter's life. And yeah, what made me bring this about is because Sarah Chapman was spotted with the girls today. Okay. Now, it goes on to say, as Black women, we sacrifice. Porter, 36, tells Essence magazine for its October issue, which hit newsstands on Wednesday. Part of her interview, she says, we stand by our man through thick and thin, through whatever. But if you feel like maybe I'm getting the short end of the stick, that's when you change. That's when a change has to take place. Okay. She goes on to say, Porter's rudest awakening in all of the years with Combs, 37, took place late last year when she was pregnant with the couple's twin daughters, Delilah Starr and Jesse James, who were born December 21st. Now, it goes on to say that that was when a girlfriend informed her that Combs had recently fathered a baby with another woman. That other woman is Sarah Chapman, you guys. And how she had to find out is a girlfriend told her, not even Diddy. Now, as quoted, she goes on to say, I wasn't even coming from the place of who, what, why. Porter tells the magazine, I laid low and did what women do. I did my background work, collected information about the other woman, but I wasn't even on it like that because I was pregnant. And that was bubbling inside of me was a blessing from God. I couldn't let my energy be on that. I didn't have time for any drama and bull. As Porter was to learn that the other baby was born 5 months before Porter and Combs' twins arrived. So it looks like Chance is 5 months older than the Combs twins. All right. Now, the mother was Sarah Chapman, 33, who lives in Atlanta, at 33 at the time of this article. Okay. Who lives in Atlanta, worked in the fashion, and knew Combs for several years. And this is what she tells Essence in her interview. Of Combs' behavior, says Porter, it's not an original script. He's not the first man who's cheated. He's not the first man who's had a baby outside of a relationship. And he's not the originator of this. But at this point, hold on, y'all, just skip. But at this point in my life, I have the girls now. Okay, it's a different program. And this is what she had to say. Porter expresses regret that she didn't first hear about the other child directly from Combs, who declined to speak to Essence. Of course, he ain't gonna talk. It is quoted that she said, I would have preferred to have found out from him because that's a man, she says. I know it's hard for anyone to say to their significant other, I've gotten, somebody else pregnant and I got a baby on the way. But men do get caught up in things. I'm not naive to that. Still, there's a right and wrong way to handle the situation. Okay. Because most of all, we were friends. Even if I couldn't have understood as a woman, I would have understood it as a friend. So he didn't come at her. She found out through a girlfriend and they broke up. All right. Ultimately, Combs did approach Porter with the news, but it was after the twins were born and after she already knew. He told me, she said, that he may have gotten himself into a situation and he may have fathered another child outside of a relationship. And I said, really? Well, I already knew. I'm glad you decided to be a man, recalls Porter. I was like, dude, this is so whack. I can't even respect you right now. And for me, once the respect is gone, I'm not even listening to you. Okay. And that was a quote from Kim Porter, and good for her. She stood up and she broke up with him. Now, but as things finally played out, she says her choice to leave Diddy was simply because the relationship was not working out for her. She said, I'm a Southern girl and my home life is numero uno, she says. I wasn't waking up feeling happy. There's no other way for me to articulate it other than the feeling of I just wasn't feeling it, and that's why she had to leave. Okay. And so she was not cool with this, y'all. But that's a little bit about who Sarah Chapman is. It's a little bit about who Sarah Chapman is, you guys. But like I said, who's been showing up? And when I say no one has been in the dark, I'm including Sarah, Lisa, Cassie, who else? Lauren, Kimora, Kim, all new. You guys are part of Diddy's soiree in whatever capacity that means. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, y'all, that is what went down behind the scenes. And these are who we are seeing representing Diddy in his last days. And I'm glad that he has some support. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, guys. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. You guys let me know what you guys think about all this, okay? Let me come back to this. Hold on. And I'm sorry there's a slight delay in this. I apologize to that, you guys. Hold on. Let me see. What other video did I have up here that I wanted to show you guys? Yeah, so, Kim Porter was definitely not down with it, okay? Hold on, y'all. And, rest in peace to Kim Porter, you guys. All right. She passed away, I think it was November of 2018, of lumbar pneumonia. I think from the autopsy, they found something a little different in her. I don't want to quote that because I don't have the article up, but there was some foul play. There was some suspiciousness in and around her passing. Believe that. Okay. Believe that. There was some definitely some speculation around her, among others. Should I name Jamie Foxx? Should I name Albie Shore? Should I name Shakir Stewart? Should I name Wolf, who allegedly is Justin Combs' real father? I'm just throwing it out there, right? I'm just throwing it out there. But at the end of the day, what I wanted to really know is what is next for Diddy's children? What is next for Diddy's children? Like when Diddy is found guilty, and you notice I didn't say if, but when he is found guilty, what does that mean for his family? What does that mean for the future of his children? What does that mean for the generational wealth that he is to leave behind? I mean, not that he's passing away, but a minimum of 15 years. And you got like you have so many, a plethora of actions, right? Up under that RICO. I think it's 10 of them, if I'm not mistaken. What does that mean for the future of his children? And what is the success rate of the feds? Can we just throw that out there? Is it not 90 something, 98% of the cases that they bring forth, they get a conviction? We cannot ignore the statistics. All right, this is not a state case. This is not just wipe your hands clean and walk away. When you plead guilty on a federal level, okay, you sometimes forfeiture or they can freeze your assets. This man is under a RICO. Do you guys know what that means? Like literally, do you guys know what that means? This man is under a RICO, and we are almost at the end. What does this mean for his children? As far as the generational wealth that Diddy is expected to leave behind. First of all, let's just quickly go over, before I let you guys go, what the RICO is, right? And what could happen if you're found guilty, not under state, not under just federal, but RICO charges specifically. Let me go ahead and pull this up for you guys. Hold on. Because I would really like that question answered. let me see. Let me bring up this so we can really get down to find out if they're going to freeze Diddy's assets. Because there's no doubt that this man is going to be found guilty. The charges, all you need is 2 out of the 10 within a 10-year span, you guys. I don't know how much simpler to break that down, okay? It has already been proven. They just took out, I think, predicate acts. No charges were dropped. They just streamlined the sword that Diddy is about to fall on. And the sword belongs to him. Okay? We have to say something about people out here that fall on their own sword. All right? Now, just to clarify, so I'm not just talking out of the air, I want to clarify exactly what the RICO is, okay? And it's a simple Google search of a RICO definition, right? But I'm going to go ahead and pull it up for you guys so we can have some clarity to find out what in the hell is going to go on when this man gets locked up. And I'm pretty sure after we get through looking this up, one of the bright lights and bright spots in Diddy's life will be probably that he put a lot of his property, right, in his mom's name, in LLCs, maybe even offshore accounts, right? Can the feds get through that? First of all, let's find out what the RICO means, you guys. Where is it? Let's find out what RICO is. I'm just going to go over this right quick for you guys. Now, as far as RICO, okay, RICO, or Racketeering Influence and Corrupt Organizations Act, is a federal law designed to combat organized crime in the United States. It allows for both the criminal and civil penalties against individuals who engage in racketeering activities as part of an ongoing criminal enterprise. Essentially, RICO targets organizations involved in a pattern of illegal activities for financial or other gain. Now, here's a little breakdown of it. Hold on, you guys. Let me take this video down because I think it's of the children. Hold on, y'all. Let me take this video down. Okay. Now let me go ahead and keep reading for you guys. Hold on. Where is it? Okay. Now, enterprise, and let me just show you guys so you guys can see too. All right. We're just going to go over this right quickly so that we are clear on what the RICO charges are and what can be done once someone is found guilty of these charges. All right. We're looking into the future for not only Diddy's legacy, Diddy's family, but Diddy's generational wealth that is to be, or will it be passed down to his children? Because this affects everybody's future, right? Let me see, y'all. Hold on. All right. Let's go ahead and bring this up. And I'll blow it up a little bit for you guys so you guys can see as well. Now, the key elements of RICO. The key elements of RICO are enterprise. RICO defines an enterprise broadly including any legal entity or group of individuals associated in the facts such as business, unions, or even informal criminal groups. Pattern of racketeering activity. This involves at least 2 racketeering acts within a 10-year period. I keep trying to break it down for y'all. Racketeering activity. This refers to the list of specific federal and state crimes included, but not limited to. Okay. Now, this is what they took away. They took away 2 or 3 or some of the racketeering activities, y'all. No charges. All right. Let's go through them. Red rum, kidnapping, extortion, and bribery, drug trafficking and money laundering, fraud, which includes mail, wire, securities, etc., gambling and prostitution, obstruction of justice. Okay, I can see that a mile away. Stevie Wonder can see them. Now it goes on to say interstate or foreign commerce. The criminal enterprise must be shown to affect interstate or foreign commerce. Okay, flying somebody from one state to the other is called interstate. Flying in the actual workers, flying his girlfriends, flying employees from here to there. Okay. Next is purpose of RICO. Originally, RICO was intended to weaken the influence of organized crime by targeting the profits derived from illegal activities. It allows prosecutors to pursue charges against individuals involved in the leadership and the operation of the criminal organizations. Leadership being Diddy, criminal organization being his minions, okay? Christina Quorum and the rest. Now it goes on to say RICO also provides a civil cause of action, allowing victims of racketeering to sue for damages. Now, how is this used? RICO charges are often used to dismantle large criminal organizations by targeting the individuals involved and seizing their assets. Do I have to repeat that? Do I have to repeat that? How is it used? This is the specifics of this charge, you guys. It's already been in the making, okay? The pie is done. All we have to do is put it in the window to cool off. And then they all get a piece of the pie. Let me repeat that, how it's used. RICO charges are often used to dismantle large criminal organizations by targeting the individuals involved and seizing their assets. Okay? It goes on to say, which originally focused on traditional organized crime, RICO has been used to prosecute various types of criminal enterprises, including those involved in white-collar crimes and other illegal activities. In essence, RICO is a powerful tool that allows authorities to go after the structure and financial underpinnings of criminal investigations, okay? Not just individual crimes. There you have it, folks. There you have it, okay? Now, what does it mean if they freeze his assets? Let's look at that. Let me go ahead and take this down for you. And I want to thank you guys for tapping in. Make sure that you smash that like button. Go ahead and share out this live. We are on the road to 10K, you guys, and we are growing. I appreciate everyone in the chat, everyone who taps in. Your POV is welcome in the chat. Just talk to me nice, all right? Talk to me nice. Let's go, let's go. Let me pull this down for you guys, and let's get into what would happen if Diddy, or when, I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's just play, let me just play devil advocate, okay? If and when Diddy is found guilty, let's see what could happen to him. What's going to happen to him, okay? Because it's part of the RICO, baby. It's part of the structure of the RICO, why it's even used to freeze your assets. Now, I know people are going to say, well, you got to prove it came from here. Well, you got to prove. You don't think the FBI know what they doing? You don't know that the FBI know what they doing with a 98% success rate? 96, I don't even know if I'm a couple of percents off. Y'all get what I'm saying, right? You guys pick up what I'm putting down, okay? Let me go see. I'm pretty sure you guys are picking. You're smelling what the rock is cooking, okay? Basically, what Blonay is cooking. Let me see. Let me go here, you guys. Hold on. And I'm just gonna pull this up right quick. We can both go over it. We can all go over it. Let's see. Hope you guys are enjoying your day. Happy Friday to everybody, each and everybody out there. Shout out to anyone that is listening to me right now. I am giving it to you straight, no chaser. Bit of receipts, a little bit of POV, and a little bit of tea. Okay, that's what you're gonna get here. Giving it to you straight, no chaser, and we're gonna stay sucker free, y'all. All right, we gonna stay sucker free. All right, you guys, let's go. And I'm glad you guys chose to hang out with me. Let me see. I did pull up an article that kind of explains it and what could happen in a scenario like this. What happens if, to your assets when you have been found guilty of a federal offense. Let's go ahead and get into this, you guys. I like to inform, entertain, and engage. All right. I like to leave you with something to think about besides just a bunch of gossip or a bunch of, noise. All right. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. Let me bring this up for you guys. Let's see. All right. Okay. And I'm going to make it a little bit bigger so you guys can see it. Where is it? Okay. All right. Now let's go over this. And I always encourage everybody to do their own research. Everything is out here. My receipts come from the world. My receipts come from whatever's out there. Now I do research to kind of back it up and then put it out there. Maybe a couple of other articles, maybe a definition or two. When I get those cited sources that are valid and validated, I pretty much can put this out there. Okay. It's Google, y'all. You can go right here. All right. So let's go ahead and get on to this. Let me blow it up so you guys can see it a little bit more. Is it going? All right. Now, when a person is found guilty of a RICO violation, they face significant penalties, including the forfeiture of assets acquired through or used in the criminal enterprise. Okay. This means the government can seize properties, funds, or other assets linked to the racketeering activity, even if those assets weren't directly involved in the illegal acts. Now, here's the breakdown of this. First, we have asset forfeiture. This is a key consequence of RICO conviction. The government can seize assets like real estate, bank accounts, vehicles, and business interests if they were obtained through or used in the racketeering activity. Next, we have fines. Individuals convicted under RICO can face substantial fines, often double the amount of the illegal proceeds earned. Imprisonment. RICO violations can result in lengthy prison sentences, potentially up to 20 years per violation, or even life imprisonment if the underlying offense carries a life sentence. Now, remember, there's special sentencing applied to this, where Diddy minimum that he can receive is 15 years. Now, I don't know the specifics of that, but just hearing 15 years minimum is scary. Okay? Here it says 20 years. Either one, give or take 5 years. I don't give a fuck. Restitution. The court may also order the convicted party to pay restitution to the victims of the crimes, compensating them for financial losses. This is on top of the civil, I think. Not sure. And we move on to civil liability. RICO also allows individuals harmed by racketeering activity to sue for damages and criminal conviction that can impact the outcome of any related civil cases. That's why they went far back as they could, because it's under this RICO Act. Okay? So this is what the family could be looking forward to. Okay? And Mama Combs, the matriarch of the family, is 85 years old. I am pretty sure she has many of things, of assets and properties and money under her name, because we've heard of that, right? I think the feds are smarter than that. And the LLCs, and I don't even know if there's offshore accounts that could be involved in this. But y'all, this is what the family and the children could be facing as far as the threat to the generational wealth that Diddy most likely wanted to leave with his family. It's threatened as we speak. And I feel like he Now, he was named as a billionaire, but was he ever truly a billionaire? And with 10 lawyers that have been working on this case night and day, that has taken a big chunk out of this man's legacy, okay, and what he leaves behind for his family. And the fact that not only did he and is he in hot water and convicted of something, so as well is his son. Both of them, whether civil or criminal, they have been affected too. Okay. And this is just, I just wanted to put this out here for you guys and let you know. The sins of the father, you guys can finish the rest. What's next for Diddy's children? What's next for Diddy's children? The generational wealth that he is to pass on is in jeopardy, which means it will affect a lot of lives. Now, any sneaky moves or anything that they've done, whether they shoved it here, shoved it under a rock, an LLC in the mama's name, offshore accounts, I hope you did a good job, because the feds are going to be coming after what you have. And what you have is supposed to be left for your family and your children and your children's children as generational wealth. Now, do I think they'll be paupers? No, I don't. But more money, more problems. Meaning that most of the time, their way of living, their lifestyle matches that opulence. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what makes it iffy. That's what makes it iffy, y'all. And this is what can happen to, potentially Diddy's empire, his money, and what this means for his children. I don't know. You guys let me know what you guys think about everything that we've covered. The generational wealth that is being threatened right now because the feds can definitely seize his assets. The relationship between all of the women in the soiree that Diddy calls his life, they all are showing up for him in support, including Sarah Chapman. Of course, not Cassie. She was a witness. Misa, there goes Misa and Sarah. And at the end of the day, that's what I say. Nobody was in the dark. They seem to be hanging with each other, partying with each other. We've seen Kim Porter on the same red carpet together with Cassie. We see here Kim Porter right here with Sarah Chapman. I'll let you guys go through the article where it caused a breakup when Kim found out that she was preggo and had her daughter not but 5 months before the twins were born. And she found out through a friend, guys. And Johnny Come Lately, who is freaking Diddy, comes to tell her after the twins were born. But Kim Porter knew all along, right? And, at the end of the day, here's a picture of Cassie and Sarah Chapman as well. Nobody was in the dark, you guys. Nobody was in the dark. And again, I will say silence is violence. Silence is violence. All right. And I'm glad I was able to bring this to you guys. Let's see. And that's all I got. You guys let me know what you guys think of this whole situation. And remember, King and Justin are facing civil allegations, civil lawsuits. Okay. One just as recent as yesterday. If you guys want to go ahead and check out the 64 lawsuits, make sure you check out Vulture. And that is all I have for you. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate you. Let me take this comment out. Thank you for Past the Energy for showing up and showing out. I appreciate you. You guys make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And I will be back with another video. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I'm sorry. Oops. I've had the wrong banner on the whole time. I apologize, you guys. I had the wrong banner up the whole time. But y'all know, well, I mean, it may go wrong, but we're going to get through it. We are going to get through it. All right. I will see you guys on the next video. Until next time, America. See you guys later. Bye.
Yeah. I tell the clock. I tell the clock in, it don't clock out until you get to work. She like I'm already there though, yeah that's a twerk. So now I'm bobbing my head to the instrumental, thinking about my next check, cause the next sex is incredible. I got work and wordplay, all week grinding, I do it from Friday to Thursday. Hit green higher than when I be sipping the merch straight, cause green confetti is be getting the work late.